Hello, and welcome to Living Local with Kim and Rani. We're here to bring you topics that you care about in our area. Whether it's entertainment and technology or giving back to the community, we have it covered. We're located here in Toledo, and we have friends, family, and coworkers all around Northwest Ohio, Southeast Michigan, and Erie County. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you hear, and thanks for listening. Hello, and welcome to Living Local. Kim and Rani here. We are officially back for Season 3.
Woo! Season 3.
We have a brand new season with a lot of amazing things to talk about in the Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan area. Mm-hmm. But first, we thought it would be great to kind of catch up on summer. So we kind of wanted to go over just our favorite things of, what we normally talk about.
Yes.
So
yes.
We do have our Halloween and our Christmas episodes on deck. We're ready for those, but, we just got to take a minute, reflect,
Worry
get ready.
not. Yeah, worry not. We will absolutely always cover something at Halloween and always at Christmas. But we have our categories that we kind of broke down this season. Each month we're going to do something different, a different category that, kind of falls into our local talk. So let's just jump right in.
Yeah, absolutely. So what was your favorite restaurant you went to this summer?
Food. You're right.
We have to do food.
Let's just start with our favorite, which is food. So this summer, I have to say Hannon's Block. Have you been to Hannon's Block?
I haven't.
It is so cool. So it's fairly new. So if you haven't been there, it's over on Monroe Street. I think it's kind of close to the field. But it is such a cool, specialties, cocktails. It has this old-timey feel. Beautiful atmosphere.
Yeah.
So just really it's romantic, but it's kind of all I can't even explain how cool it is in there. You have to go in. You have to try a cocktail, one of their cocktails. My husband and I love old fashions. It was the best old fashioned we've ever had.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And I found my favorite cocktail ever. It's served in a coupe. I think they call it the Toledo 85, which is like a play on the French 75.
Okay.
Amazing. So I have to say, that got my vote this summer.
Starting off with a bang.
We really loved it. We actually went back a week later to get a cocktail.
Yeah.
Because they were so nice. It was our anniversary when we first went there. They gave us a free dessert. I mean, they don't tout that they do that. But the bartender was so nice and chatted us up and was like, hey, happy anniversary. And I was like, yes. Man, you won our business, and this place is already cool.
And now you're featured on our podcast.
Bingo.
Favorite restaurant of the summer.
Yeah, totally. Okay, you're up.
So I am now no longer dairy-free, but I was for the majority of the summer. As of this week, I stopped doing the dairy-free diet. So my number one for the summer was Leaf and Seed, and they started as a food truck, but they also have the location downtown.
Yeah.
And we sat down after going to the market, which we will talk about. But we sat down. I had the nachos, which were amazing. They're basically just regular nachos. It didn't feel like they were vegan at all. And then my mom got the Asian chicken, which was delicious. Different for me because I'm not used to vegan chicken, but it was still so good. I never would have guessed.
They know how to sauce it up. They know their sauces.
Yeah.
They really know how to make things
It was almost
flavorful.
Honestly, it kind of reminded me of a P.F. Chang's chicken.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it was good. It was definitely delicious. Huge, just want to tout the fact that they're vegan, that's all plant-based. It's a big thing, hard to find in the area.
Absolutely.
6 months dairy-free. I'll tell you, we did not eat out very much, but Leaf and Seed I could always count on.
Nice.
So.
That was a great pick. That's a great
pick.
pick.
I have to give a big shout out to that one.
Totally. So when we cover food this season, we talked about doing our coffee tour, which is exciting. So we're going to hit up all these different, little mom and pops, small coffee shops, try them out, tell you guys all about them. I've already started.
Yeah.
I've already started the tour. I can't wait to share some things, but, and then of course we're going to chat with Tim, our 4-1 Nosh specialist.
Gotta bring Tim on.
Yep, we're going to chat with him. So we've got some fun stuff coming up for that. So let's move on to our next category.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we did have, it's kind of in between, right? So farmers markets, we did have a little bit we wanted to talk about with
things to do.
Yeah, so the farmers market was one of my favorite things I went to this summer. We actually went the beginning, so it was the flower day. They do the 2-day. Normally it's Saturdays, but Toledo's Farmer Market down on Market Street, of course, not sure if you know this, they also have a little pop-up they do at Westgate. So if you don't make it downtown, you can get all your groceries and your veggies at Westgate, which is Secor in Central.
Amazing.
Yeah, so just wanted to make sure we gave a shout out to the farmers markets. Of course, there's also the local ones, Perrysburg, Maumee, Sylvania.
Oh, yeah.
So on that note, farmers markets also include a lot of local artists. So found some awesome, bakers, artists. I went to a festival, art festival, if we want to talk about art.
We will, yep.
First, we went to Maple on Main, which was in Sylvania. So I live in Sylvania. And that was where I found a lot of cool artists that I did nominate for Best of Toledo.
Yep.
Was really excited about that. And then, there's also a lot of good art festivals through the summer. There's Crosby Gardens that has their Festival of the Arts, and then also the Art on the Mall at UT. Mm-hmm. But that brings into, we're getting ready for fall. Block parties coming up. Museum of Art, always.
Yes.
We'd love to hear if you took our advice and did any of the art classes over the summer.
Oh, totally. Yeah, the museum, obviously, it's awesome. It's a gem. We will talk a little bit about that. I've got some ideas on the museum. But but other, things to do around town. I, for the first time ever, went to Barefoot at the Beach.
Oh, that's right.
The Boys and Girls Club. Big fundraiser every summer, without fail. We've always supported it, but I've never been able to go. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, this is the coolest event, I have to say. And I'm an event planner, so I shouldn't say ever, because
you make your own events.
I know. I'd like to believe mine are the best. But this one was insane. On the beach at Maumee Bay.
That's awesome.
Tents. They had so much food. I mean, all these different vendors, all these different, and it's all tastings. I mean, it's all free food because you pay for it with your ticket.
Oh, cool, yeah.
And then it's, a cash bar, but one of the vendors was Toledo Spirits, so they were giving out these little flasks of, vodka strawberry lemonade that people were so excited about.
That is exciting.
Oh my gosh, they had a band that was like a yacht rock band. They were called Boaterhead. It was the time, I'm not kidding you, we had such an amazing time. So if, when we start to move into the next summer, if you guys really want to hit one of the best summer events or things to do around town, you have to check out Barefoot at the Beach. And
everyone every year talks about how amazing that event
they
is.
do, and
really
I've missed it every time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, sure. And we went, and
that's the one.
They were right.
Yeah.
They were right. The tickets, it's worth every penny. It pays for one of the best evenings. And so I had to absolutely talk about that. Plus, it all goes to a good cause.
I was just going to say, what's the organization that it benefits?
It is Boys and Girls Club.
Boys and Girls Club. Yep. You did mention that.
So,
that's right.
yeah.
Which is amazing.
That, I really think, if we're talking greatest hits from the summer, I had to talk about that.
One.
Upcoming, we will be doing a trapped or an escape room,
hopefully, if we make it through.
So we will have an episode about one of these escape rooms and how we survived, which I'm excited about. That'll be part of our Halloween fun in October.
Just something a little different than normal. We're third year in, third season. We've done Halloween TV. We've done Halloween fun in haunted houses. We thought we'd take maybe some different approach to.
Yeah.
It's
going to be great. So we'll talk about how we survived. So look out for that episode. I am excited. That's a fun thing to do around town. And not a lot of people do that.
Oh, yeah.
But the people who do, they're like, oh, yeah, that's fun. That's very interesting. So we shall see.
We shall see.
Now, I know you talked a little bit about art.
Right.
Some of your favorite art. We will have an art and music category or month for our podcast. One thing that I really wanted to talk about, one thing that I discovered this summer was this really awesome Toledo cover band, Organized Chaos.
Oh, okay.
We actually hired him. I hired him for an event because they're just so high energy. Their music is so fun. They sound great. They're really cool people. It was so much fun to talk to them. But they do everything from funk to R&B to hip hop. They even covered a Backstreet Boys song. Oh, but it's fun. Got the crowd going.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they always do. They were at Zoo Brew last year. So this year they will be at Zoo. The new Zoo Brew is actually called Zootoberfest.
I saw that. I saw it pop up when I was looking for things.
They renamed it, which I love.
Zootober. Zootober's fun.
Exactly. So they'll be there on October 7th. I'm really excited about that event. We always sponsor that event. We go out there It's a great time. So if you haven't gotten tickets, if you want to go to something really fun, if you enjoy beer, it's tastings of beer like all night and food trucks and this awesome band that you will dance. It rained last time.
Yeah.
Like 3 different times and nobody left. I mean, nobody cared that they were getting soaked. That's how great the band was. So, and that's how much fun it is. So I do encourage, like, that's a cool place. And it was a really, music-wise, I was really excited about that band.
Yeah.
So
you can't go wrong with a cover band.
No, and especially when they're really good. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean their voices. Oh man, they were fantastic. I am hoping, and we're talking about maybe upcoming, that we talk to our art museum. We talked about the art museum, and maybe get a little bit behind the scenes, the secrets of the museum. Now, I've heard a few things just from my contacts that are very exciting, a little creepy, about the basement and some of the things they store. So I'm really looking forward to having an episode, just a little bit about the art there and the secrets at the Toledo Museum. So we'll look into that, maybe into the spring. But another one we talked about, and another category,
TV.
We gotta talk about.
Our entertainment is like, we just geek out hardcore on all of our shows, and then you guys love hearing it. Like, we love talking entertainment. So, of course, my pick for the summer, we watched this great movie called Gray Man. I think it was similar to your pick. I think we kind of talked about this before. This guy is like on the fringe, so he exists in the gray, right? Oh. So the not black or white. He's on the fringe. He's like almost like a 007 spy that they recruit from prison. So he goes, and Billy Bob Thornton. It's a great movie. It was a good watch. I think it's on Netflix.
Cool.
Just one of those like Friday night features. Ryan Gosling. I thought it was great.
Yeah, that sounds sweet, and that's some over the top. If you're a streamer and you wanna find something fun.
Absolutely, but also over the summer, if you hadn't noticed, they announced some casting announcements for Yellow Jackets on Showtime.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We've talked Yellow Jackets on the I can't remember what episode, but we definitely talked TV entertainment in Yellow Jackets. Such a cool show, you guys. Showtime?
It is Showtime.
It is Showtime.
Showtime.
I wanted to make sure I was right about that. Yes, Showtime. We love Showtime. And that is such a cool show. But they are coming into this next season, and they've cast some new...
Yeah, so Elijah Wood, first of all, because that's if you think 90s actors, Elijah Wood is in, like, not only just because he's in everything, but also because he grew up in the 90s. Like, he was in films when we were kids, when he was a kid, and then grew up in the 90s being that actor everyone knew.
And he's a huge star.
Huge star. So that's a big announcement. And then Lauren Ambrose, who actually starred in Can't Hardly Wait, which was like a 90s cult classic.
The redhead.
Yep. So she's going to play Older Van, which is awesome. Elijah Wood actually is playing a character that is like part of the like grassroots crime stoppers in the show. I don't know if you remember that with Misty. Yeah, so he'll be a good character too. We'll see how that works out. Elijah Wood can go either way. He can either play a creep or lovable character.
We talked about that when we talked about Yellow Jackets. The excitement was all of our 90s favorite actors were back and all in the same show.
Yeah, it's Christina Ricci, Melanie Linsky, Juliette Lewis.
Yes. Oh my gosh. They were all back, and they're all incredible.
They are so good.
The acting is fantastic. The storyline is so cool. I mean, the whole thing is so cool. They crash.
Yeah, and if you haven't, I was just gonna say, if you haven't seen it or heard about it, Yellow Jackets, it's about a team of soccer players who crash in the wilderness in Canada. Young girls in the 90s. So that's why we are excited about the 90s actors.
Yes, absolutely. So the new casting is out. That's very exciting.
Just had to mention, obviously, Showtime coming up on fall, big seasons. There's always something going on Showtime. Yeah. Showtime Anytime app included with your Showtime on Buckeye. So
yeah, absolutely. Definitely check it out. I did want to mention, since we both are watching it right now, House of Dragon.
Yeah.
Now that's HBO, but of course we're coming out of the love of Game of Thrones that we had. It's been some time, and everybody kind of just like, okay, we got over it. Well, now they're out, the Targaryens, and it's how many?
All Targaryens.
It's all Targaryen stories, way, thousands of years before.
Couple hundred.
Oh, I thought it was 1,000. Okay, couple hundred years before. Game of Thrones actually takes place. So they take us back, this Targaryen house, the House of Targaryen. It is awesome.
It is good. It is good. So there is obviously just a bit of a warning. We kind of talked about this, I think, in a past season, but if you didn't know, there is a website you can go to for anything you want to watch. It's called, unfortunately, the title is not all happy, but it's doesthedogdie.com.
Oh, right.
So you can go to this website and you can find any TV show, any movie, and you can see if there's something that may upset you. You can look it up. It'll tell you when and where you can skip it. You can either skip that episode. So definitely recommend looking that up for this show, just because, as we know, HBO, especially Game of Thrones, can be a little
graphic.
Yeah.
It's graphic, it's gory, it's shock. It's shocking. I mean, there is so much shock to it that the first episode almost lost me.
You did almost quit.
I almost quit. Well, I did quit.
You
I
did.
said, turn it off.
Skipped it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It is okay. I said, turn it off. I can't handle that. But the acting and the story is so good that we actually went back to the next episode, and now I'm, of course, hooked, and it's really, really good. So you're right.
I'm so happy you gave it another chance.
I know, because it's so good. But Does the Dog Die is a great way for you to look up.
It's a great resource.
Yeah, if there's something that, is very sensitive to you, or if you just want to make sure that you can get through it.
Or even if you're, especially not with Game of Thrones specifically, but any other example we give in our entertainment episodes, if there is something that maybe your kids will or won't react well to, like a dog dying, you can look it up and see, right away. So I definitely appreciate the website for what it is. Just thought I'd mention it, especially with this new show.
Right. If we're going to mention House of Dragons, we should let you know it is pretty graphic. And then you did talk about Gray Men, though. We watched the first and second episode of Blackbird.
Which is similar, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so.
It's cool. It's cool. Same idea. We've got this, although this is a criminal. He goes to jail for just drug charges, and they want to move him into a really high security facility to pretend to be kind of a worse criminal to get information out of a serial killer.
Yeah.
So he decides.
Ooh, a serial killer. I didn't realize that.
Ooh, yeah. So I won't tell you anything more, but it's cool. It's a really cool show. So
and how are you watching that? Where's that one?
I believe Blackbird is on Showtime.
Showtime, okay.
I believe so.
Awesome.
But really enjoying it. And then this summer we watched Lightyear. I don't know if you guys watched it yet.
Of course. No, we haven't.
So we played it for our kids, and the kids just kind of like, they're so young, they get bored with any movie.
Yeah.
So they just kind of went to play, and we couldn't stop watching it. So we finally put them to bed and finished it ourselves. It's really sweet, super moving. We loved it.
Yeah.
I didn't hear enough about it, I feel like, because it was really good. So if you have Disney Plus, if you're over the top, you have Disney Plus, I say check out Lightyear. As parents, we put our kids to bed and watched the rest of that.
Well, Toy Story is our thing too, right?
Course,
growing up, that was like our generation.
Totally.
So.
And this is really, but this is really not like Toy Story.
No.
It really doesn't follow it, but it's just a really sweet story. So we can't. We'll have to add entertainment. We love to talk this. Well,
yeah, we'll keep going because while we're on the Disney Plus train, can't go without mentioning Marvel because they had a great summer, of course, with Doctor Strange and Thor. Thor was definitely of the better. I like one of my favorites. Always comes in with a lighthearted attitude, and then of course She-Hulk is on right now.
How are you watching this?
I am watching it. So She-Hulk is. I enjoy it. There are some complaints, just in general. But I love stuff like this.
Sure.
So I'm excited. She breaks the fourth wall. So if you've watched Deadpool, it's kind of similar to that, where she talks to the audience. So I love it because I think it's just a much more organic way. Sometimes I think Deadpool's a little forced and like over the top. Not my type of humor.
I like it, but it was too forced. I couldn't watch the second one. Yeah.
So She-Hulk, I think that her character, Jennifer, does a really great job of just kind of making one or two off statements that you're like, oh, she was talking to me on that. So it's cute. It's cute. I like it. So I just wanted to make sure I mentioned it. We're enjoying the show. Coming soon is Wakanda Forever. We've got, obviously we're gearing up for Marvel.
Geeked.
There's going to be so much more that we can chat about, but
totally. And how did you what was your thought on Thor?
So Thor I loved. I love Doctor Strange and Thor. I know, like I said, there's some polarized opinions of both of them.
My husband loved it. I, on the other hand, went right to bed. I was so tired. Really? I'm very tired lately.
Oh, man.
There's a lot going on. So, my sleep, I'm like, I got to get sleep. But I was a little bummed that he watched it without me because I did really want to see it. Now, I'm not a huge Natalie Portman fan.
Did you at least get to the part where they go see the gods?
I didn't even start it. I went to bed before he even started it.
It's so funny.
But he said it is legitimately funny.
It is funny.
He said, I seriously laughed out loud. Like, I thought I was going to wake you guys up because I laughed out loud so many times in that movie.
Yeah.
So that's so fun. I mean, it's
is.
Taika Waititi. Like,
He really doesn't do it wrong.
He's hilarious.
He is.
He doesn't do it wrong. I just love him. So anything even though I'm not a huge Natalie Portman fan, because it's Taika, I was like, I'm going to give that a chance. So he said he'd watch it again with me.
Good.
So we will.
You should.
I'll get back to it.
You should definitely, because it was good. It was good.
Yeah. And then upcoming, oh my goodness, finally, Hocus Pocus 2 is coming out.
That's right. How do we not mention that? That is actually like in the matter of like a week or two, isn't it?
It's coming out. So we will talk about this.
We will.
This will be coming. We will discuss it. Our likes and dislikes. We've obviously been looking forward to this for forever. Because
2 decades?
Yeah, absolutely. For us, I mean, we just love Halloween. I love Bette Midler. I love Sarah Jessica Parker.
Mm-hmm.
I love Kathy
Najimy.
Oh my God, she's so funny. So it's such a classic.
It
is.
is.
It's probably gonna be terrible but awesome at the same time, just like
It's
the regular.
hard. Did you watch the preview?
No, I haven't. I'm too nervous.
Too much?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it looks good. I think they're doing it in an inventive way. They're not necessarily like making it the museum like they did in the original movie that he breaks into and lights the flame, but the flame still gets lit. So so it's exciting. I think it's funny. I think it's fun just to see.
You know, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
It is totally going to be fun.
We're excited.
Yeah, absolutely. So finally, I think one of the categories that that we talk about that we will bring around is just like our community, ways that you can help in the community, ways that we love to help. That's so important. It's important to Buckeye. It's important if you're local.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of really fun stuff. We just did a mini Blitz build. So we did Playhouse Project, where Habitat for Humanity comes out. They give you all the pieces, they give you an expert, they give you all the paint, and then you put together this beautiful playhouse for...
That was so amazing, Kim. I loved that whole day. I'm peeling from my sunburn.
Yeah, we got pretty fried. Yeah, Ronnie was on my team. We built an incredible playhouse.
Wonderful. It was such a good experience.
Oh, beyond. And then what's even more exciting is we actually combined it with Lucas County Children's Services so that they built a house, and then they got to choose foster families that these houses would go to. And ours had like 7 kids.
That's awesome. Then that we did the different themes.
You didn't get to be there for the review.
No.
Oh my God, the review was amazing. We had the family had 7 kids, and they played in our house for like 30 minutes before they even took it home.
That's so wonderful.
It really was. So Habitat for Humanity offers this. They offer this opportunity to sponsor something like this with your company.
Yeah.
So they bring it out and you do it on your campus, or you can go just build one house with them at Fifth Third. So really look into Playhouse Project, because I think that may be like a favorite throughout our company. We had so many volunteers and people can't stop talking about it, because it's the hardest work. Like, we worked so hard.
Fulfilling.
It was grueling work, but it was so fulfilling. And we've got some really like fun and exciting volunteer opportunities, ideas for opportunities coming up that we'll talk about, ways to get the kids out there. Your kids really need to. They need to get back to the community. It's so good for them. It's great learning.
We wouldn't be a true local podcast without mentioning the amazing parts of Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan that we are involved in, like as a company. Like, we are honestly honored to help these organizations.
Beyond. It is our honor. It's our honor as a local company, because these organizations, they help our employees, they help our customers. I mean, we are here with them, and there are so many amazing nonprofits in this city alone. I mean, a lot of them.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about some fun stuff you can do with them, because there really are incredible volunteer opportunities that are just, you will have a blast and you will feel so good and you will do such good for our community. Bring your kids. So we'll bring that up at some point.
Yes.
So we close on
technology. We've got one more earmark we've got to make sure we mention. Of course, without Buckeye Broadband, there's not much technology in our lives. Right. So I have been on this obsession, hyperfixation, whatever you'd like to call it. My number one tool right now is called Notion. So it is just a huge thing that changed my life this summer. I wanted to mention it. I've managed to convince my boss to buy it because it's that good for our business, I think. So it's almost like, I've talked about these in our productivity episodes before. It's almost like a tool, like, you know, an Excel spreadsheet, a Wikipedia, put it all together and it's in one place. Yeah. It's going to help us keep this podcast together. It's going to help us do what we need to, you know, and I just wanted to give you that encouragement. It's fall. We're starting back to school. Everything is kind of ramping up for the holidays.
I've never been crazier in my life.
It
literally
feels
never
overwhelming.
Everybody's saying this too. I mean,
it is.
I've never been busier.
And it's not just work. It's work, life, kids, bills, everything going on in current events. It is starting to feel overwhelming. So for me, Notion, like I said, life-changing.
Whoa.
It helped me see like just everything that I have swirling around in my brain all day, every day. If I can't do it that day, at least I know if someone asks me about it, I can look and say, yeah, you're right. Actually, I think I have time tomorrow or Thursday to take care of that. But it's all there. It's like a reference. It's like a website for your life.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
So if you're feeling overwhelmed, I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that changed my life this summer. Like,
what a great, I honestly, that's a great thing to close on, because that, I feel like, if you didn't get anything from this episode other than excitement for our season,
right?
That one right there is really, I think that's a great way to move into the holidays. And then really, once you get to really learn it, you have it going, then you start your new year off right and really organized.
Seriously, and I'm an organized person in the
You
first
are.
place.
I am not.
So for this to take that organization level that I already had ingrained in me, like with my planners and my lists and all that stuff, and to graduate that to the next level was huge for me. So yeah, it's called Notion, Notion. It's available on web, apps, all of it. So
that's so
and
cool.
It's free. That's the big thing. You can do your own personal thing for free. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Even better.
It's completely free. So trying to save your life here.
Yeah, absolutely. And technology will be one of our months, you know, when we're going to dive in. But it's fun. It's fun technology talk. Like, we're going to play with some new gadgets. We're going to play with some new apps. And then we're going to talk all about it.
Yeah.
And tell you what we think, what we like, what we don't. I think that's coming in December, too. So it'll be just in time for your last minute shopping.
Absolutely. And we're going to talk digital declutter, too, which goes along the lines of getting organized
into your January, into your new year.
Yeah.
So really, like, a digital declutter is going to be important, very important for all of us. So many exciting things.
We have a great season planned.
We really do. I am super excited. In fact, I don't want to say it, but I think it might be our best.
I do too.
It is really, we've got some really great stuff for you guys. If you are new to us, welcome. We're so excited. Our podcasts are always really fun and we laugh a lot.
We love doing this.
Yes. And if you're back, thank you so much.
We
glad
love hearing from you.
Yeah. Give us your likes. And we'll see you really soon.